things are really going good, it's easy to get distracted away from the real purpose by all this pride, and it can happen. But what happens when somebody presents that their mental or emotional state is not perfect? What happens in the church to make them shy away rather than come alongside the person and support? What is going on in the mind of the allegedly healthy Christian?
Well, that's
they have cooties.
Go ahead.
I'm going to catch it if I get too close.
We worry so much about the tangible stuff when we're specifically told your Heavenly Father knows you have need of this. Consider the lilies of the field. And verily I say unto you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was adorned as one of these. We can't take that. It's difficult to understand just that very thing he's saying. He's saying that all of the stuff that we can do is not as adorned in God's eyes as one of the lilies of the field. And yet, I'm not coming to your church to preach unless I'm guaranteed $1,000 honorarium.
That's too shallow, sir.
That's too shallow?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If it's, you're going to have to pay for my airfare.
Oh.
Hotel. Meals.
Oh.
I'm bringing my musician, so they're going to need their own room as well and be fed. And $6,000 is my honorarium. Now, I don't care what you take in. $6,000 is my honorarium.
Wow.
Knew I went in the wrong business.
I was like, man, I'm selling myself short. I've done it for a crisp high five.
Are you kidding? I've done it for a Dr. Pepper and a bag of French fries. So.
Yep.
I'm glad you all are getting some benefit because there are times I've had to give it back.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a time when Jesus came to the coast of the Gadreans, and there came out of the tombs a man who lived there. And he was known to be violent. And they tried chaining him, putting chains on him, and he would break the chains. I have no doubt that this man was feared in the community, and he was shunned. But when Jesus came and set foot there, he came out of the tombs. And when he did, the men came to him and the demons spoke out and said, "Have you come to destroy us before the time?" And Jesus cast those spirits out of him. And we come to understand that they were called Legion because there were many of them. And those demons asked for permission to go into the swine. The swine, when the demons went into them, they leaped off of a cliff and killed themselves. Why am I saying this? Do we have to deal with demonic possessed people? Yes. Yes, we do. But at the same time, there are those who are not possessed. They simply have an illness. Well, every illness has a demonic. No, it doesn't. Let's stop. There are things that are common to man. Are you going to tell me that the illness that the Apostle Paul had was of a demonic origin?
Well, it had to be because it couldn't be cured. I mean, really, Apostle Paul had a lot of hidden sins.
So what you're saying that is that the Apostle Paul was demon possessed?
Well, I mean, he wasn't quite demon possessed, but let's face it.
Well, what was he?
If he's so powerful, if he's so much the man of God, why wasn't he able to cast out or to resolve this issue? I mean, where was his faith?
Well, we're made aware that on one occasion he was bitten by a snake, and it was supposed to have killed him, and he shook it from his hand, and didn't die. Was that demon possession as well?
No, that was Hollywood. Come on, man.
Hollywood invented that.
I know, but Paul didn't. He's the man of the wilderness. He knew what snake was poisonous and what snake wasn't. Come on, you got to be realer than that with me. See, you don't understand that Paul was not able to handle this problem because he didn't have the relationship with God. Mm-hmm. He didn't have the faith. He needed the faith.
You're talking about the apostle?
Yes, the apostle.
Oh, okay.
He did not have the faith to heal himself.
We're not talking about apostle mashed potato. We're talking about the apostle Paul. No. Stop it.
And for those of you who don't get us by now, you should pick us up on this right now. I'm not crazy in this situation. I do these things deliberately because these are the arguments. These are the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis.
They come up.
Let me give you a real life example.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
I'm probably going to get a little emotional, so I apologize ahead of time. So I myself have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is genetic. I was born with it. There's nothing I can do about it. It is in my DNA. And what it does is it is largely known as a connective tissue disorder, which is a really nice, fancy medical way of saying all my connective tissues, which is literally everything except for your bones, if you actually do the research. Your organs are considered a connective tissue. Your muscles, your tendons, all of those things. Mine are defective genetically. From the moment I was born, I had this thing, and I will have it till the day I die, and it will eventually be the thing that kills me. Ehlers-Danlos largely presents itself as your tendons and your skin are hyper-elastic. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. What this does for me is causes me extreme pain 24/7 until the day that I die. Because my tendons don't work right. So my muscles have to hold my joints in line. Your muscles aren't supposed to do that, so your muscles get overtired and weak. Your nerves then get crushed by your bones, and your bones don't function like they're supposed to. Not to mention the internal organs, like your brain, your stomach, your heart, your lungs, just to name a few. Mm-hmm. All of those things I have had a problem with since I was born. It causes immense pain. The average pain of a normal human being who doesn't have this is very minimal or zero. My daily pain level would send most people to the emergency room. Mm-hmm. And I just have to deal with it because there's nothing I can do. Doctors cannot fix me because there's nothing that can be done. Mm-hmm. My entire goal with medical care at this point is symptom management. I have to manage the symptoms of each and every internal organ separately because, no doctor handles more than one. Mm-hmm. And my bones have a doctor, my knees have a doctor, my hands have a separate doctor, my brain has a different doctor, and none of these doctors talk to each other. Because that's just the American healthcare system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so all my organs have a different doctor. All my joints have a different doctor. And quite literally, I have 27 specialists that I have to go see on a regular basis to manage the symptoms of a very real physical problem. It's not spiritual. It's not mental. It's not emotional. It's very physical at its very core because it's my DNA. It's the thing that I have completely made up of. And there's nothing I can do about it. But,
have you talked to the Lord about it?
Oh, I have. And
How many times have you prayed about that thing?
On a daily basis.
Well, now, are you sure that you're praying properly? Have you prostrated yourself? Have you faced Mecca, or have you looked unto the heaven in your prayer? I mean, are you sure that you are calling the name of Jesus with the right syllables? Do you understand that your help cometh from the Lord?
Syllables?
Put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I was wondering if you're going to let that one go by.
I couldn't. I tried.
I relate so much to the woman with the issue of blood. Out of all of the people who had a mental health issue, it was her. Because let me tell you, when you live in chronic pain, it destroys your mental health. Because I live with the knowledge every day. I'm not going to get better. I live with that knowledge. But it doesn't stop me. It doesn't slow me down. Some days it does. And I have to accept that some days I can't do something that I could do yesterday. And I may or may not be able to do that thing tomorrow. And I have to live with that shifting knowledge.
Don't you love it when someone says, but you don't look disabled?
That makes me want to smack people in the mouth.
I was going to say, don't you love it when somebody comes and challenges your faith in you? Where is your God?
Makes me want to punch him.
Listen, honestly, my God is the only thing keeping you breathing right now, so you really shouldn't question his existence.
Let me tell you. Because the second example that I have of that is due to my genetic condition, due to all the things that it has caused in my life, which is a lot of physical trauma in accidents or me doing things to my body that obviously you're not supposed to do to a normal body, but for me, it just kind of happens, in really random situations. One very real example. I can throw out a rib by sneezing. Can I control sneezing? No. Can I control my rib popping out? No. Do I have to deal with the consequences? Yes. Do they hurt? Oh, yeah. Do they cause other issues? Oh, yeah, all the time. But I can sneeze and throw a rib out.
Here is where the Word of God becomes alive for us. This is what I'd like our listeners to grasp a hold to. Paul declared that he had a condition that he besought the Lord, or he prayed about 3 separate times. And we're given indication in Scripture that at some point he even called for Luke, the physician. But when Paul prayed after the 3rd time, God gives him consolation. He doesn't heal him, but he gives him consolation. And he says, my grace is sufficient for you.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing you, and at the same time, I'm feeling me.
Yeah.
We can't minister to hurting people if we've never hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Do that.
We can't minister to somebody who was hungry if we don't understand hunger. It's difficult to talk to somebody about prejudice, about exclusion. It's difficult to talk to somebody about Pastor, are you telling me that if I'm going to minister to raped people, I have to have been raped myself? Shut up. There's just no polite answer for that one. Go have a hamburger on me.
We have to be able to have empathy.
Yes.
For those who we're ministering to. Now, you may not have gone through the same thing.
Correct.
but we all suffer with something at some point in time or another. And there's a difference from being hungry and starving.
Yeah.
I've been hungry before. I ain't never been starving.
I've been hungry before too. And, it's interesting that while I was growing up, living in the worst hell I could possibly imagine from 7 to 14, it wasn't until I left that particular hell that I understood hell.
Uh-huh.
Okay. At my grandmother's house, we were fed every day. At my grandmother's house, there was clothes to wear. There was a bathroom that we could use. There was a tub, because back then they didn't have showers. There was a tub. At my grandmother's house, there was structure.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a summer with my aunt in the deepest, darkest part of Cleveland, right on 105th Street. Now, for those of you who know Cleveland back in the day, that was the place. Okay.
Combat zone.
It was a combat zone, but it was a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It wasn't no imitation. It wasn't no fake looking for the easy suckers. It was Hustler Baby City,
Mm-hmm.
where our playground was the fire escapes of the building that I was living in. Hear what I'm saying now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We,
We got lucky one day and found a jar of peanut butter that had been tossed out of the market because it was cracked. And we had a feast on that peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how well I had it until I didn't have it.
mhm.
Until I saw the relationships that my aunt had to go through to bring guys home. But before they got to come home, they had to stop at McDonald's and bring a bunch of food home in order to get what they wanted.
Yep.
The sacrifices that my aunt made for us
Mm-hmm.
over at McDonald's. And some people would cast aspersions on that.
And do.
And do.
And
say-
judge it.
And judge it.
Yep.
How dare you? Okay? This was life. And I went through it, and God put me through it so that I would understand my blessings and how to count them and what and to stop being so Sheldonist when it comes to certain aspects of human life.
Yeah.
Might I say, and I need our listeners to get this too. There are things that are going to happen to us in life simply because it's life. The idea that a merciful and loving and good God would take a 7-year-old child and put him in a deplorable condition to prove a point is sadistic. What God does is he allows things to happen. He allows it. Our life evolves out of that. We will come to the knowledge of God and be able to look back at our life in retrospect and say, you know what? It had to be God keeping me through that. And I didn't lose my mind. It had to be God taking me through that. And I didn't go crazy. I didn't kill somebody. I didn't kill myself. How did I make it through that?
Not just how. Why?
Why?
Why did I make it through?
See, that's a different kind of why.
Yeah. Because society says you're all the same. Society says you're not worth anything unless I can make money off of you.
Well,
And I'm saying society, I mean
Yeah.
the church.
the
How
why
many-
of why did God do it is different from the why of why am I still here in spite of that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know,
Humans understand that we can trade a moment of pain for a longer time relief.
Hmm.
We understand that, but we don't think of that in spiritual terms a lot of times.
it's
And
difficult.
that's exactly what it is.
How do you
because
think?
we see
Yeah.
it as years of experiences and things. But it's just a moment.
And the reality of it is, you, praise the Lord, do not walk with a big red T on your breastplate, or red P, I mean, saying pain.
Yeah.
I don't walk with a big L on my forehead, not for loser, but for liar.
Yeah.
Or manipulator. Brother Dan, my brother from another mother, does not have a big R on his forehead for racist. But these are all things that we deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I left you out, Bishop.
Well,
'Cause I left you out.
I don't walk around with a big F on my forehead for fool.
There you go. Yeah. And the reality of it is, when we come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ, make no mistake, I didn't get here lightly.
Mm-hmm.
What did I give up? Whatever I gave up was worth what I've gotten 10 times over.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to minister to you, at some point, you're going to hear from me that this is not from me, I'm telling you. Paul said, what I have gotten, I give. Paul said, I don't want to know nothing among you but Jesus Christ and him crucified. Think about that. What do we want to know about people? Your pain, Chaplain Nera, I'm going to say this is most compassionate, is not relevant to me.
Yeah. It doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me. I can't understand it. I can empathize. I can smile in your face, but I don't know what you're feeling. But my pain, I get my pain. I like my pain. It keeps me, my anger keeps me warm.
Mm-hmm. We also have to recognize the difference. And I think a lot of times we swap these two out like they're interchangeable, and they're not. But depression and godly sorrow. Because as a chaplain, I see a lot of the dark underbelly of the world. And that grieves me. That makes me sorrowful. But at the same time, living with depression, they feel very similar. But they're not. Because they come from two very different places.
Mm-hmm.
Because my pain causes me depression. Knowing every day I'm going to have to wake up and deal with another 24 hours in pain sucks.
Yeah.
And that's very depressing to me. Because there's days that I can't, and I have to accept those things.
And you still have
But
to
then
live.
there's days where I see the pain of other people.
Yeah.
And the society we live in, and just how dark the world is getting, and choices that are made, and children that are dying, and things that are happening in my town, and all of these things. And that causes me depression.
Chaplain,
But it causes me godly sorrow.
I'm bear with me on this, please. And I know how it's going to sound. But how could you, knowing all you know about your body and your pain and your issues, dare to have children?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I didn't know I had this before I had my kids. And if I had known, I may not have actually had them.
Mm.
And people need to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I may not have, because how could I lovingly,
Mm-hmm.
knowing there's a 50-50 chance that my children could have the same thing that I have, I may not have I may not have chosen to have children. Now, to be fair, all 3 of my children were born on birth control, so God had His own choices in that one.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
Otherwise, I tell you, still makes me mad to this day. Not gonna lie. He took that choice away from me, and I'm glad He did. But if had it been my choice, and had I known this, I really may not have, because every pregnancy could have killed me.
Yeah.
Very, very realistically.
Yeah.
And knowing that my children could live in pain their entire lives, I wouldn't want to do that to someone else.
Yeah.
So I may not have had children.
You see, so when somebody gets in your face and screams at you about how abortion is a convenience matter, you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Speak to that, please.
It's a much bigger issue because, on the one hand, yes, there are abortions of convenience. I've seen it. I've known people that have done it. It's a very real thing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we do justice to abortion for the fact of medical reasons or health reasons, including mental health reasons. We don't talk about that enough because, honestly, our society has not done enough research on women's medical health. We don't understand it. There are studies. Every single medication that is on the market right now was tested in men, not women, men.
Yeah. And and understand something, not necessarily men of color, men of different origin, of different
white men.
Yeah, white men.
Yeah. Healthy white men.
Yeah. Except for
Not
the
women.
experiments that were done nefariously on the in Tuskegee.
Or that they still do on the American public, like they've released in the CIA files about LSD, just microdosing people with LSD.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that because that doesn't make us good.
The fact that it was so easy to get LSD, heroin in Dorchester, meth, amphetamine in Dorchester, and it wasn't an issue until it showed up in Wellesley.
Well, no.
No?
No. It was a crime until it showed up in Wellesley.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for fixing that because we was about to have an issue, you and I.
Yeah, it was a crime. But now in Dorchester, you can go to a number of different places, and you can purchase marijuana of various strengths.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everywhere. If you got a vacant building right now, you're sitting on a gold mine because some weed store will open up there and pay you way more than market rate.
Let's remember that prohibition was not about the dangers of alcohol.
Absolutely not.
It was not about stemming alcoholism. Nope. It was about the United States government getting its taxes off of what was being sold.
We didn't care that Coca-Cola had cocaine in it.
It didn't care.
It didn't matter.
Okay.
And yes, it had. That's where it comes from, people. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
See, and people wonder why my generation can't get anything done when they look back and go, well, my mother had 8 children and did all this. I'm like, yeah, she had Coke in her soda. And she was able to function and was a raging alcoholic and made tuna jello salad. Okay, let's be honest.
Okay. So, I was I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah. And I had a doctor finally admit to me, finally, I'm 80 billion years old. Nice try. And he finally said that the medical profession was wrong when it said that black men had a higher risk of colon cancer, which is why they needed colonoscopies double the rate of white men. He finally admitted to me that, oh, we were wrong about that. When we ran the numbers, when he said when we ran the numbers,
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. When we ran the numbers.
Year of our Lord 2026.
Yeah.
Finally
Yeah.
figured that.
When we ran the numbers, we came to realize that black men are not at any greater risk for anything having to do with colon than anybody else. Prostate, yes, but colon, no. And it was all one lump sum.
Of course.
But then
But that's how it goes until we know better.
But he went even further and said, and the reality of it is the discrepancy was caused by the fact that the black male was not able to avail himself of the medical profession as his white counterpart. And I thought to myself, oh my God.
Yeah.
2026 before somebody, and he didn't say it out publicly. This is he and I talking just privately. I'm not giving his name. I'm not saying where it was when he said it because I don't want to get him in trouble because clearly he violated the edict.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely good. And as you said earlier, that's one.
That's one. So, when it comes to ministering to someone with mental illness, pastors, preachers of the gospel, leaders in the church, please, ma'am, please, sir, start out, work through, and end each encounter with compassion, with love, and with understanding that this is a human being, that this is someone's son, someone's daughter, father, mother, friend. They hold a place in someone's life that's dear. And it's our responsibility to deal with each individually, respectfully and compassionately.
And you've got to stop seeing the people that God has placed in your charge as a tithe, as an offering.
Can we do that in another segment?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to do that in another segment.
Yeah.
We have to do that in another segment.
We have to look at people as individuals.
Yeah.
Because for one instance, again, very real example, I recently had surgery on both my hands.
Yeah.
And I had that on June 19th. 3 days later, I woke up sobbing because I realized I wasn't in pain in my hands anymore. Now, the pain of the surgery was still there and is still there, and that's healing, but slowly. But the pain that I had almost all day long in my hands from carpal tunnel wasn't there anymore. And I realized that I had actually slept through the night for the first time in years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I didn't wake up with my hands in pain.
And see.
And can you imagine what that did for my mental health?
Yeah.
Sleeping all night long.
Yeah.
Gave me more energy.
Yeah.
And
it gave me less anxiety. And so I could go to my counselor all day long and talk about my depression and anxiety. But she can't help my carpal tunnel.
There you go.
And just to be clear, for the surgery, for the procedure that I had done, they stuck a needle in my hand.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't, I've been stuck all kind of places, but let me tell you something. As the person is putting the needle in, the other nurse is questioning me, that normal questionnaire, do you feel safe in your own home? And my response was, unless I tee off my wife. And luckily the person understood what I was saying, and luckily, because they didn't write it down, and they knew that it was Dan being Dan, even though they didn't know Dan. I'm safe until I tee off my wife. Then, and when they said, "Are you in pain?" At the exact moment they said, "Are you in pain?" This person sticks this basketball needle that you would blow up a basketball in my hand.
Yep, been there.
I'm saved. I love the Lord. I don't do needles. Okay. I have a serious problem. I don't care how big or how small it is. If you say you got to give me a needle,
we got issues. Yeah. And not only did they do this, but before they put me under I feel wet on my side. And the nurse said, "Is everything okay?" I said, "I feel like I feel wet on my side. What's going on here?" The needle went in on one hand, and I'm feeling wet on the other side. What's happening? Come to find out that the IV had separated and was draining into my Johnny. And I'm thinking to myself, only Dan. Only Dan.
At a time like
this. I got one person that has just shoved a pipe through a vein in my hand. Another person asking me, "Do you feel pain? Do you feel safe?" And my IV has separated.
You people aren't making me feel very safe right now.
Now, to God be the glory, because there was a brother there who was wearing a cross, and I said, "Is that decoration or is that for real?" Because when there are times you don't have time to play.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, "Nope, it's for real." And I said, "Good. I need someone to pray with me. We've already had prayer. My wife and I had prayer. Bishop and I have had prayer. We already had prayer. But I just felt like more prayer, more power.
Yeah.
Much prayer, much power. So I said, "I want you to pray with me." Now, he wasn't able to do it or couldn't do it, but the attending nurse who was wrapping me up and getting me in position, she put her hand on me and prayed. Nothing fancy, nothing, didn't take 17 big, didn't call on the Lord and all this. I mean, sorry, did call on the Lord, but didn't do all, just her hand on my hand, physical contact, a simple prayer that I'm sure she's done 100 times, but that calmed me down. Okay. And I was cool once they solved the needle thing. And once she prayed, I don't have any other memories until they wake up in the recovery room.
Yeah. You got to give me a very small needle, put me to sleep first if you're going to do anything else. I'm just that guy.
Yeah. Okay. No, I toughed it out. I was like, okay, yeah, needle in my hand, you can do this, until they started doing it. And at that point, man, I tell you what.
My doctor asked, he says, "Are you allergic to anything?" I'm like, "Yeah." Pain. Pain of any degree.
I'm not paying you extra for the pain.
Yeah.
So, there are people who like it. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
I'm not the guy.
So, if we don't like pain, why then does the church inflict so much pain on so many others?
Again, you mentioned not wanting to have the conversations. Go ahead, Brother Dan. I'm gonna let you handle this one because you've been awful quiet.
Yeah, I have been. I have been trying to get a word in edgewise.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. I think that people get a sense of empowerment when they see someone who is wounded or injured or in some way not 100%, and what they're really doing is they're keeping secret their own vulnerabilities to present themselves in a position of greater authority or greater power. And the more they hammer on the person who is injured, the greater that effect is. It's because there's not one of us. I guarantee that there's not a one of us that does not have an injury or some kind of a spiritual or mental affliction. You can't get through this crooked world without it. It is impossible.
Two things. One, shout out to the lovely Miss Linda.
Yes. Good morning, Miss Linda.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to save you. I'm just trying to, stand up for my brother here. Two.
I already winked at her before she left.
Two. This whole idea of my pain bothers me. Because there are people out there who have not only weaponized their pain, but they have financially their pain has become pardon?
They've exploited.
Exploited. Yes, thank you. That they've benefited on their pain is their benefit.
How so?
I met a person who was she felt it was her position to kill every man she could come up with, and especially men of the cloth. She wanted to prove they were all dogs, and did anything she possibly could to try and take them down.
That is a Jezebel.
It's a real person.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. And when I questioned her as to where did this all start, she was very forthcoming because she knew her mission. He shouldn't have raped me. He who? Her father. Her father shouldn't have done this to her. And because her father did this to her, it's her mission in life to destroy every man she can. Any way she can. Put him in jail, put him in hell. Just, if she's in your life is totally screwed.
And there are people like that in every church, in every place, in every workplace. And sometimes they don't even know that they're doing it.
So when we come across somebody who has a mental issue, as pastors, as leaders, and more importantly, as human beings, what becomes our responsibility when you meet a person like that, who just wants to destroy because they've been hurt and there's no forgiveness in their heart, only vengeance? Bishop?
Okay. And this is a case by case basis.
Yes.
Okay. I would want to know first, do you know where your pain started?
Personally? Me?
No.
Or that person?
I would ask the
person. Okay.
Do you know where your pain started?
Well, I was 12 and I was being raped.
And who do you blame for that?
I blame him. Ultimately, I blame God. Because where was God? But if I don't have the language to blame God, then I blame all people who look like my abuser.
Then my next question would be, Why are you hurting yourself?
I'm not hurting myself. I'm getting back at them. I'm fine. I know I'm fine.
You can say that you're fine.
I am fine. Look at me. I got it all going on.
Your demeanor says something else.
Demeanor? What do you mean my demeanor? I don't even know what demeanor is.
The way that you carry yourself, the anger that you still have.
I'm not angry. I'm cool. Listen.
You talk demeanor, I get.
I'm cool. I'm going to teach him that he should not have done that.
So that's every man?
Well, they got a, I'll just be polite and say they've got a physical attribute. They carry that which is common to men.
So you're going to punish every man for the actions
he should
of one
not
man.
have done that to me.
So you're going to punish every man for the actions of one man.
It's all men. You all want the same thing. And I give it to you so I can destroy you with it.
And in that case, you're destroying yourself.
I'm fine. What do you mean I'm destroying myself? I'm fine. I'm here. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You can see how good I look. And I didn't even dress up this morning.
It's not about what you look like. It's about what's going on the inside.
Ain't going on. Man, you talk crazy. Ain't nothing going on the inside. What do you mean inside? Come on now. What you talking about, Willis?
Resentment, anger, frustration, feeling vulnerable.
I ain't vulnerable.
Yes.
No. They better watch out for me. I'm the one going. See, I got what they want.
You couldn't protect yourself at 12, and you're fighting to protect yourself now.
Say what? What?
You couldn't protect yourself at 12.
Why should I have had to protect myself?
You shouldn't have had to. Someone else should have, but they didn't. But let's deal with the here and now, because it's important. You're important.
I know I'm important. I know that. But
then let's start treating yourself like you're important.
I treat myself like I'm important. Look at me. I got all the clothes. I don't need anything from nobody. I got it all going on. I'm important. I know I'm important. Look how I look.
Accept validation. You can't validate yourself by what you wear. You can't validate yourself by destroying another human being.
I'm not destroying nobody. They destroyed me.
You're destroying yourself. Don't talk about it. Think about it for a moment.
How am I destroying myself?
Every time you give yourself to someone who doesn't deserve you, you're destroying yourself.
They took something from me.
Something that you cannot get back from the past, but you can definitely make it better today. You can heal from it today. You can grow from it and become better today.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you look like my oppressor. You're a man.
Yes, I am.
And men have only just wanted what they wanted, the one thing.
And this is a man who's not going to exploit you, who's not going to hurt you, who's not going to take away from you.
I mean, you say that, but how do I know? The people who I was supposed to trust said the same thing.
Yeah. But we're not the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Myra, Nira, comment?
One thing we have to recognize, too, is sometimes people who want to weaponize their pain, we have to get them to understand that the knife that they think they're wielding, they're just holding the blade. And sometimes that takes very real scenarios to show them. Sometimes it takes a physical, like I had someone hold a comb and I had them squeeze it as hard as they could in their hand. Wasn't going to hurt them, but they could feel it. And it's like, okay, so the harder that you try to use that as a weapon, imagine that's a knife and you're trying to use that as a weapon, all you're doing is hurting yourself with it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you have to get physical with representation. Sometimes you have to give that. And at the end of the day, sometimes you're not the person that can help them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that scenario, I would honestly send them to a female chaplain or preacher or bishop to handle that situation, because I've met people like that, and it doesn't matter how good of an orator you are, doesn't matter how full of the Spirit you are, by the fact that you're a man, it never listens. Doesn't matter what you say. You have to send them to a female.
We have a minute left. Dan?
Those kind of injuries are so deep, and it's not that God can't or doesn't want to heal them. It's very, very difficult for the person who's injured and afflicted to allow what is necessary for the healing.
All right.
Like when Jesus came in, Jesus said, "Do you want to be healed?"
And we'll get there. Do you actually, what he said was, do you want to be whole? And we'll get that. That's a great place for us to leave. We've got 20 seconds. Well, 19 seconds now. What was it? Uh-oh. 5